In the stock market, as in life, those who persevere will be the ones who come out on top. Tony Robbins, my friends, each and every day, 10 to 15 minutes. That is all we ask. And if you will do that day in and day out, just spending that time in the market, the consistency, following the charts, understanding the nuances, that is what you will learn, and that is the key. Let's jump into these charts. Stocks booming today. Bonds and gold down big time. And Bitcoin slamming up 10%. Let's jump into these fascinating charts. Now we look at the S&P 500. Last week we had what may very well be an interim low right there with average volume. Look at where we are on a Wednesday right now. Went from a red spinning top where we had an interim low potentially to a green spinning top that may hit average volume and may signal for us big up moves coming. Now, this could all dissipate too. By the time we get to Friday, we still have Thursday and Friday. Who knows what the market may be doing? Maybe it absorbs the Trump win and it just sort of dissipates and pitters away. I don't know, but we are watching very, very closely. Look at the way the market hammered up in the morning. Further up in the afternoon, I mean, it took off. It was up a little bit on Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning, booming, 2.49%. Look at this two-day chart. Now, again, this is just the first day of the latest two-day candle. We're already not far from average volume, and we will keep a close eye on how things continue to move. Now, let's take a look at the Qs. It was up even more, 2.72%. And of course, we saw that prior high on the Qs, thought it could be some kind of ceiling. Well, we saw the wick push through it. We have a green spinning top now. What we had last week, well, let's blow that up. We can see it for sure. You saw where we had last week a green spinning top. Of course, the last 2 weeks, lots of volume. And this week, just bounding up right now. Still a spinning top because we have had a lot of volatility up and down. But as we look at the two-day, we can see the two-day candles slammed right up there on the prior high. And we can see we're in the morning, moved up with the wick of the morning candle piercing that prior high, and of course the candle in the afternoon going right through it with lots of volume. So we shall keep an eye on the Qs and see if we do have some trading possibilities by the time we get to the end of the week. Now that exuberance, it could wear out, but look at our trade in bonds. Again, down 2.74%. Of course, what are we in our practice trade? Well, we're in TBF, Tango, Bravo, Foxtrot. That is, of course, the single inverse. And, of course, it has been hammering up as bonds have been hammering down. Worst point you could have jumped in that first week was, the high was 22.27. Of course, to a high during the course of the day, 24.22. So again, bonds, the inverse fund, the ProShares short for 20-year U.S. government bonds, bounding up. So that is beautiful. We are still in that trade, letting it ride. We already cashed out a while back on one time our two-day ATR. That we cashed out half of that trade. We let the rest of it ride. That's the way we do it. We want to compound our wins and we want to reduce our losses, keep them at a minimum. It's the losses that kill you. Now let's look at gold. As we look at gold, it is down for the day. It's the biggest downer for the day, 3.04%. Gold had been going up. And of course, we saw it starting to slow on the two-day all the way back on Thursday of last week, that Thursday, Friday candle, then the Monday, Tuesday candle, and this Wednesday candle really hammering down. We're already at average volume, and we still have a day to go. Hammering down in the morning, maybe recovering a little bit in the afternoon. The volume, again, average even in the afternoon, about double that in the morning. So gold really taking a beating. And you know what? For those of you interested, we talked about silver in our Charting Cryptos, Commodities, and Currencies yesterday. Check out silver too. Silver pierced its weekly trend line, did that back last Thursday, Friday, then the Monday, Tuesday, then the Wednesday, really hammering down on that 2-day chart. So silver, like gold, breaking. So again, maybe going short both of those, or potentially going short both of those on practice trades by the end of the week. Lastly, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. Man, did Bitcoin hammer up for the day. In fact, you know what would be even more interesting? Let's look at 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin. You can see where it was just sort of slithering along on Sunday, on Monday, and then about Monday evening around 22:15, so that's 10:15 in the evening on this 195-minute chart, started moving. Then you saw on Tuesday in the morning started moving. Then you saw on Tuesday afternoon into the late afternoon, early afternoon to late afternoon, doji's there. Not a lot of volume. Then, man, you see around 7 p.m. hammer up. And then again at the 22:15 mark. And overnight sort of sliding sideways, and then popping up in the morning and in the afternoon. So again, Bitcoin just really, and where that blow up really occurred was in the evening on Tuesday, and then gathered some more during the day on Wednesday. So that was Tuesday and then Wednesday. So right now, 24-hour-a-day Bitcoin showing up 9.68%. So again, fascinating to watch. Now, let's go back to HODL. You can see where we've got a nice green candle. A little bit of down movement this week, but look at the volume, already average. Look at where we are on the 2-day, almost up to average volume just the first day, pushing through that higher high on Bitcoin. In fact, let's go back to the 24-hour-day Bitcoin. You can see how high the high went, 76,481. That prior high, 73,794 back in March. So again, Bitcoin just up booming. Now, back to the Bitcoin ETF. See where it slammed up in the morning and went further up in the afternoon, going above that high. So Bitcoin really taking off, going to the races. That is where we are, folks, after Election Day. Told you it'd be interesting. Didn't know which way things were going to go depending on who won. And of course, that was a toss-up. And now we see things setting ourselves up for potential practice trades on Friday as the market settles out a little bit and we get a little bit of a feel for, are we going to have some hysterics and then the market really just sort of calms down, maybe reverses? We'll see. And when I say market, I'm talking about the stock market, bond market, gold, and Bitcoin. We'll keep an eye on things. Stay with us. This is exciting. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.